fourth graders, as you can see, I have lesson 3 in front of the screen. I want you to take module 8, lesson 2, and you can throw that one right away. We're not going to do the estimation. We're going to move right on because it's just something that we're gonna skip right past that lesson and go right on to module 8, lesson 3. Okay, so you can throw that one away, and we're gonna now start with module 8, lesson 3. So we're going to be relating area models and partial products. So you're going to be able to use area models and partial products to multiply two-digit numbers. So here's where we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. Okay? So a stained glass artist explains that the purpose of stained glass windows is to control light or to tell a story. They contain pieces of colorful glass arranged in patterns or pictures, held together in a form by strips of lead. How many different multiplication problems can you write using the measurements of these glass pieces? So what we're going to do is we're just going to look at this. This is already essentially set up in an area model for 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication. And what I want you to look at is this would be the expanded form of 13, and this is the expanded form of 13. So this multiplication problem is essentially 13 times 13. So remember when we set up an area model, before we would do our expanded, we would put the expanded form across the top, and then the side would be your single digit number. Well, now we're going to have two-digit numbers. So we have to expand both numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to make, and it's going to look just like this. We're going to make our own square or rectangle. The reason why, remember we talked about how we're not going to do it right down the middle because the numbers are not exactly the same. 10 centimeters is bigger than 3 centimeters, right? So 10 is bigger than 3, so we have to have that section be bigger. So we have 10 and 3. Remember we expand this out. This is 10 plus 3 times 10 plus 3, right? Each two-digit number is now going to be the expanded form. Now we have two-digit numbers, so we're going to have to, this side is split and this side is also split. So because the number is the same, we're going to have the same numbers all the way around. But if this side is 10 and 3, that means this side is 10 and 3. This side over here, our other number, is 10 and 3. This side over here, remember, opposite sides are the same length, 10 and 3. So now we can find the area of all of our little squares, okay, or our little rectangles. So remember, area is length times width, right? So if this is 10 by 10, we just want this one right here. So this is 10 by 10. 10 times 10. What is 10 times 10? 10 times 10 is 100. This one down here is 3 by 10. 3 by 10. What is 3 times 10? That is 30. This one here is 3 by 10 as well. 3 times 10, and again is 30. And then our last one is 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 equals 9. So now, just like we did with the area model before, we're going to take all of our totals from multiplying, and we're going to add them together. So we have 130. 30 plus 9. So 0009 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. And 1. So the area of this entire piece of stained glass, the whole thing, all of this, is 169. And it is centimeters. So remember, it is square centimeters. Okay? So we're taking our area model from before when we were doing a 2-digit number or a 3-digit number or a 4-digit number multiplied by a 1-digit number, and now we're just adding another section for our 2-digit numbers. Okay? So let's practice over here. We have Dr. Brewer's art class, and students will be making 15 rag rugs. Each rug uses 14 yards of fabric. How many yards of fabric will be needed to make all the rag rugs? Okay, so we have 14 yards for each one, and we're going to be making 15. So how could we find the number of yards of fabric needed? Well, we're going to multiply 15 times 14, right? That's what we have, 15 rugs, and each one uses 14 yards. So 15 times 14, our area model, right? So we've got 15. So I'm going to expand out 15, and I have a 10 and a 5. I'm going to expand out 14, and I have a 10 and a 4. So again, remember, if this side is 10 and 5, this side is 10 and 5. Opposite sides are the same length. 10 and 4, 10 and 4. So in the first section, we're going to be multiplying 10 times 10. 10 times 10 equals 100. Down here, 4 times 10, right? 4 by 10. 4 times 10 equals 40. In this section, 5 by 10. So 5 times 10 equals 50. And in our tiniest section, we have 4 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So now we have all of our totals. So we have 100, 50, 40, 20, right? 100, 50, 40, 20. We have to add up all of those small rectangles to find out how much the big one is. So all of our zeros equal 0. 5 plus 4 is 9. Plus 2 is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So they are going to need 210 yards of fabric. Okay, we're not going to do this part because we just did it inside here. So 210 yards of fabric will be needed to make the rag rugs. Okay. All right, next one. Again, we're not going to worry about all this other stuff. We're just going to, it's just breaking it out, which is what we just did here, right? We broke it out here. We can break it out over here. All right. In the storage closet, there are 17 different types of paintbrushes with 23 of each type. How many paintbrushes are there? So if we have 17 different types, 23 of each type, we know we are going to be multiplying 17 times 23. So this is just showing you how would you break this apart. How would you do the expanded form? 10 and 7, 20 and 3, right? So they put, it doesn't matter which one you do where, they put the second number on top, because remember, you can put these in either order. We could be 17 times 23, or we could be 23 times 17. So it's really not going to matter. So they've got their 23 on top and their 17 on the side. So if this is 23, this is a 20 and a 3. And if this is 10 and a 7, this is 10 and a 7. I always like to write that because sometimes kids get confused, right? They're like, well, what do I put here? It's just easier if you write them across, then you can see what two numbers need to be multiplied together for each piece. Okay? So in this first piece, we have 20 times 10. 20 times 10 is, well, what's 20 times 10 is? We have 20. We're going up by tens, so it would be 200. Down here we have 20 times 7. 20 times 7 equals, 7 times 2 is 14, and you put a 0 at the end, right? 140. 3 times 10 equals 30. And 7 times 3 equals 21. So now I'm going to take my totals. I have 200. I have 140. 30, and 21. I try to do my biggest to my smallest. It just makes it easier when you're adding. Okay? 0, 0, 0, 1 is a 1. 0 plus 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 1 is 3. So there are 391 paintbrushes in the storage closet. Alrighty, so let's check for understanding. We're going to complete this area model and find the product of 13 times 16. So we could have 13 up here, right, and 16 down here. So if I have 13 up here, I must have 13 down here. If I have 16 over here, I have to have 16 across from it, right? Opposites are the same. So in the first box, 10 times 10 equals 100. 3 times 10 equals 30. 6 times 10 equals 60. And 6 times 3 equals 18. So now I can add them all up. So I have 100, I have 60, I have 30, and I have 18. I'll make sure I get all four numbers. 3 plus 8. Oh, wait, what did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This should be 60. I don't know why I put 63. Oh, I think because I knew I was going to 30. Sorry about that. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. I thought that was odd. 6 plus 3 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So I have to regroup. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer is 208. Okay, so we're moving to the on your own section. If you want to do this independently and then come back and check your answers, go ahead. Or if you want to do it along with me, that is fine as well. All right, so we're going to complete the area model, write and solve an equation for the area model. So we can see already we have across the top a 20 and an 8. So a 20 and an 8 is 28. And along the side we have a 20 and a 6. A 20 and a 6 is 26. So if this is 20 and an 8, this is 20 and an 8. If this is 20 and a 6, we have a 20 and a 6 on this side. Okay? Again, I know they're not having you. I personally like to label them. I think it's important to label all the way around the outside because when you multiply, it is going to be so much quicker and easier. Okay? So in the biggest box, 20 times 20. 20 times 20. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I have my 2 zeros on the end. 20 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. Oh, sorry. I didn't write that in here. Equals 120. 20 times 8 equals 160. And 6 times 8 equals 48. So I'm going to line up. I've got my 400, 160, 120, and my 48. Now, if you don't feel comfortable lining up all four numbers, if you have trouble adding like that, you could just add two numbers and then add the two numbers and add them together. I just like to do it all in one because it's faster. It's just faster and easier. And there's a lot of zeros, so it's not as difficult to add these up together if you have all four of them together. So 0, 0, 0, 8 is an 8. 0 plus 6, we've got 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. Regroup my 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So we have 728. Number 3. There are 22 students in Mrs. Taylor's 4th grade class. Each student is asked to bring in 15 pencils at the beginning of the school year. How can you determine how many pencils the class will have as the new school year begins? Well, there are 22 students, and every student is bringing in 15 pencils. So you're going to be multiplying 22 times 15. So let's make our handy dandy little area model over here. I'm going to expand out my 22 and my 15. So again, opposite sides are the same. inside the big box, 20 times 10, which equals 200. 2 times 10 equals 20. 20 times 5 equals 100. And 5 times 2 equals 10. So we have 200, 100, 20, and 10. All these zeros is 0. A 0, 0, a 2, and a 1 is 3, and a 2 and a 1 is 3. So we have 330 pencils to begin the new school year. All right, and our last two. Number 4, 17 times 13. So we are going to make our area model. 10, 7. I'm just going to go right across 10, 7. And then I've got a 10, 3, and a 10, 3. So 10 times 10 equals 100. 7 times 10 equals 70. 3 times 10 equals 30. 3 times 7 equals 21. So we've got 100, 70, 30, plus 21. 0, 0, 0, 1 is 1. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. Regroup my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 221. And then our last problem. We have 14, so a 10 and a 4. Opposite is 10 and 4. And then a 21, a 20 and a 1, and a 20 and a 1. All right. 10 times 20 equals 200. 4 times 20 equals 80. 1 times 10 equals 10. 1 times 4 equals 4. So we have 200, 80, 10, and 4. 0, 0, 0, 4 is 4. 0, 8, 1, 9, and 2. 294. Okay? All right, so that's your last math lesson for this week. Just double checking for homework. I'm just going to have you skip number 6. Okay? You're going to do all of them except for number 6 on the homework. All right, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you soon. Bye.